What is going on? It's Styler here. In this video I will review the 5-inch Landvo L600S in white from gearbest.com. It comes with the 64-bit MTK6732 quad-core chipset clocked at 1.5 GHz, 1 GB RAM, 8 GB ROM, Android 4.4.4, support for 4G LTE, dual SIM, a 5-inch HD IPS screen, and a very cool metal design that reminds us of the Huawei Ascend Mate 7. The highlight of the Landvo L600S is clearly the design, where some parts also are in metal, because if we talk about the hardware, it sadly missed some few things, but more about that later in this video. So to keep this video short, we will jump right to the test. If you want to check the phone design and details, please go check my full unboxing video. You find it on my channel. Below in the video description I will also provide timestamps for this review, so you can jump around the things I have tested. And in the end of the video I will also list the pros and cons, so stay tuned. Now let us boot up the phone, and the quick boot is currently enabled, so let's see how quick it is to boot up. So we see the Landvo animation, and we are already here on the lock screen, so that was really fast. And you see here we have some shortcuts, and this is a widget I added myself with the weather. You can also add more widgets, and I added a calendar here. You can also slide to this side to open up the camera app. Let's just unlock. And what you see here now is the home screen, and I'm using Nova Launcher right now with a theme. This is the KitKat concept theme, and if you want to see the original UI and desktop, please go and watch the unboxing video where I also show you the original layout. But here I'm using, as told, the Nova Launcher because it's much faster and I can customize it much better in this version here. So let's just try here the speed. So you can see it's really fast here in the UI, no lag whatsoever. Okay, and let's just try to do like this. Okay, let's go into the app drawer. So it's really snappy. And let's check out the viewing angles. So let's have a look here. So the viewing angles are okay. Let us just try to turn off the light. Okay, so now the light is off. Let us check again. Let's try from this side here and here. So you clearly can see it's lighter when you look directly, but the viewing angles are not bad, I would say. They are okay. They are fully accepted. And let's have a look here on the touch buttons. So unfortunately we don't have any backlight in these. These are only normal touch buttons. And it could look like they actually have some light behind. But yeah, I don't know why they saved on this by Landvo, but yeah, no light. And the phone also has no notification LED, so these are two important things that this phone is missing. So if you're choosing to buy this phone, you have to be aware of this. And the phone also supports double tap and wake gestures. Let's just double tap, and you can see it will wake. You can swipe here to unlock, so don't even have to touch the screen. Let's try again. Okay, and of course here you can also swipe. Right now it's disabled, but you can do air gestures to change the desktop. You can also use it in the gallery and so on. But one thing that don't work, I don't know if this is a bug in the firmware or why it doesn't work, but you should also be able to draw an O, for example, an M, slide up and slide down, but these off-screen gestures doesn't seem to work at all. The only one I could get to work is the double tap features. So I don't know if these things are going to be fixed in the next firmware maybe, but for now, in this version I have here, they don't work. So what you notice is also that the screen here is really black and dark, and when you look at it like this, it looks like one big screen. But you see here the bezels here around. So in reality, the bezels are much thicker, and you of course also can see it when the screen is on like this. So these bezels here are around the same like on some other normal phones. I would say it's not thicker or thinner. There are other phones with thinner bezels like this, but I would say it's pretty standard bezels. Okay, so now to a backbleeding test. Let us run the LCD test here. You see red, blue, green, black, and here you don't see any backbleeding in the corners, so it seems to be good. The black values are pretty nice. Let's just try again here. Let's see here. You can see from the side. So seems to be a pretty okay display. So one bad thing I have to mention is also the back cover, because the back cover on my model here doesn't close completely. You can see here it's like there's a little bit here. There's a gap here actually. For some reason I think the curved back cover here is not curved enough or something. Below here we also inside have some tabs holding the back cover in place, and I don't know, but I don't really like that it doesn't completely close here. It doesn't fit 100%. And another funny thing is that we have this part here that looks like a fingerprint scanner or fingerprint ID or something, but in fact I don't think it has any kind of feature or function, because inside the settings there are no settings for this. So I believe this is just fake or part of the design, so it looks like the Huawei Ascend Mate 7, and that's the only reason they actually made this. And another thing is that only this part here is metal. This part here is actually just plastic. Also this is just plastic here. This is metal here. The buttons are metal. This part is metal. This is plastic again. Metal. So not everything is made of metal. Some parts are actually just plastic, and the metal here is also just painted silver. So the phone is not made of 100% metal. So just that you are aware of that. Okay, let us have a look in the camera app. So let me just place something here, like this camera here. Let's try here to check out the autofocus. Yeah, so you can see it does autofocus by itself. Let's just check out a sample picture. So you can see the details are pretty good, I would say. At least in daylight, seems to be a good camera here. It's not the best camera I have seen, but also not the worst. You can do okay pictures. Let's go back here and let's just have a look what we else have here. We have here some filters. So here you can enable filters. Let's have a look here in the settings. I will just scroll through these because they're pretty stuck. We have here picture size 13 megapixels, but as we know, the megapixels are likely to be interpolated. And for camera samples in full resolution, I will provide some samples in the video description, so don't forget to check these out. Okay, let's try to enable the front-facing camera. We have it here. And let's check here. See the details. The quality is actually pretty okay. Not bad. And let us check out the flashlight, the LED on the back. So the LED is what I would call not that strong, but also not totally weak. It's in the middle. So actually it is possible to take pictures in a totally dark room with this flashlight here. I tried it. So check out the sample pictures, because this flashlight does the job actually. Let us go through the settings, and you see here the quick toggles looks a lot different than stock. We also have support for hot nod, cast screen. Let's go into the settings here. So we have here the SIM management, because it's a dual SIM phone. We have of course Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, hot nod, so on. We have here home. So here you can set up, for example, the stock launcher, or I'm using right now Nova launcher. We have here audio profiles. Let's have a look here. So we have here some settings for the audio. We also have support for the lossless Bluetooth mode here in high quality. So we also find here direct. So direct is, for example, you are inside the SMS in a contact, you just then take the phone up to your ear, and the proximity sensor will register your head or ear and will call the person directly, and the same in the contact. We also have here things like swing to answer, gesture unlock. I showed that. You just swipe, wave over the proximity sensor when the screen is locked, and it will unlock. And you can also use air gestures in camera, music and pictures. Okay, let's go back again. So we have storage. So we have here phone storage and SD card. And right now I'm using a 64 GB SD card just to show that it works in the phone. You can see it here. And it just have to be in FAT32. And we also see here the internal storage on 2 GB. We have here the phone storage on about 4 GB. So that's 6 GB. And the rest we will have in the ROM and the cache. So totally there's a 8 GB ROM inside this phone here. So look here in apps. Let's see here the RAM consumption. And we see here in RAM 703 MB is currently used, and free is only 200 MB. But we must also remember I'm using Nova launcher right now. So Nova launcher will of course also eat some of the memory on the phone. But overall the UI and the operation on the phone is very smooth, so I don't see or feel any lag actually. Let's have a look in language and input. Let me just scroll through these quick here. So inside here we also find Smart Wake. So here we find the options to double tap to wake the screen and slide up to unlock. You can see I have enabled that here. To unsee to start the dialer. But all these here are not working. I could not get these to work. I can just try it again. Slide up to wake. So you can see it doesn't do anything. C should start the dialer. Doesn't start. But I can double tap, and the double tap will wake the screen. So it seems that's the only one that is really working right now. We also see here developer options. Let's have a look in About phone. So here in About we have support for wireless update. OTA, and we also see the model number, Android version, and the build number. Let's check out the Android version. So yeah, it just says Android 4.4.4. And let us now try a test call. Let's first check out the proximity sensor. Yeah, it's working and it's fast. Let's try out the speaker.
You have 0 new messages, 1 saved messages. To listen to today's messages, press 2. To listen to your saved messages, press 3.
So I hope you could hear the sound from the earpiece here is also okay and loud. Okay, so let us test out the sound here through some earphones, and I'm playing some music here on YouTube, so I will put these up to the microphone and let you try to hear the sound. Okay, so I hope you could hear the sound, and the sound quality is actually good in this phone here, but the volume could be a little bit louder in my opinion. It's not the loudest, but you can use it, and the most important thing I think is that the quality is good. So I have here my USB on the go cable with an USB stick, and let's try to connect to see if it's found or not. Yes, and we see it's found here. So let me just cancel, and right now the phone is also connected to the Innertech Bluetooth speaker you see here in the background. And let us have a look in File Manager. So here we see the external USB storage. Let's go into Other, Pictures, and let's check out some pictures here from the USB stick. Yes, so this is working fine. Let's go back again. Back, and let's try music. So let us try here music. So you can see this is working perfectly fine. Let's try to pause, and let's try to turn off the speaker. Let's try here to go back, and let me see if I can play through the built-in speakers in the phone. So as you can hear, the volume is pretty loud, but the quality is so-so. I would say it's only average, nothing special. Now I'm going to run some different test apps and a game. I will turn off for the background music, so check it out. So we are now in the end of this review, and I will now list some of the pros and cons. So first to the pros. The Landvo L600S is a very beautiful phone with a very nice design. The screen is very dark and matches perfect with the white top and bottom on the front. I found the screen to have a pretty good viewing angle. It was also sharp to look at with nice colors, and I didn't experience that it was blurry at all, and also the glass is pretty hard and thick when you press on it. The phone is using one of the new 64-bit MediaTek chipsets and handles games and multitasking pretty well. Also, it did not get extreme hot after gaming like I have seen on some other phones. The camera is okay in daylight, and it is possible to do some nice quick shots with it, but don't expect pictures in the same quality as on the more expensive brands. You can check my camera samples in the video description. Things like Wi-Fi, mobile data, reception and volume was all good on the Landvo L600S, and I didn't experience any problems with that. So to the cons are that the phone is lacking a notification LED and backlight in the touch buttons. Also, the fingerprint scanner on the back doesn't seem to do anything, and that's really a shame, but typical for China budget phones. I found some small graphic bugs in the UI, for example when I was inside the Play Store, but nothing serious. But I do hope that Landvo will release updates for this phone soon, and I also look forward to see if Lollipop will be released for it. The back cover, which is made of metal, didn't close 100% on my unit, and because it is made of soft alloy you can bend it if you press hard on it. I could wish that the overall build quality was a little bit better, because it's far from the best I have seen. Also, the back cover is pretty hard to pull off and put on again, and there are small tabs around the back cover, and I believe that these may not last forever. The battery is also not the biggest. It is possible to go through one whole day with the phone, but when you're using extra features like mobile data, GPS and Bluetooth, it does drain the battery faster. The phone only comes with 1 GB RAM and 8 GB ROM, which isn't much today, so I would not recommend it if you are a power user and do heavy multitasking and install a lot of different apps and games at the same time, but for normal light use it is excellent. So that's it for the review of the Landvo L600S. Remember also to check out my blog, you'll find the link in the video description. If you have any questions, please comment below. Give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks for watching. See ya.